everything about Korea, everything about Japan.
Korea.
Japan.
What do we do? You're not just gonna be in a face full of freaking anime titties all 24/7, dude. They're all gonna be like, this is a weird, stinky, dirty, freaking foreigner American, bro. Ever since like 2020, I feel like people have really obsessed themselves with Asians or Asian culture, whether that's the women, maybe even the men, and oftentimes a lot of anime, thanks to the otakus, bro. But it's low-key getting to a point, bro. The obsession is getting a little bit crazy. So today we're gonna be checking out the Asian obsession is getting worse.
I love Asians.
Oh, you do? Me? Thank you, man.
I love anime, I love manhwa,
Okay.
I love Genshin Impact, and a lot of people do too.
Genshin Impact in the big 2025. I ain't gonna lie, if you ever play Genshin Impact, you strike me as a greaseball. Zelda, League of Legends, better, bro.
But they fall under the trap that because Asia is a different country, it's more easy to—
Did you just say Asia is a different country? Go back to freaking first grade, bro. Asia is one of the 8 continents, okay? There's damn Asia, Europe, United States, North America, Africa, Antarctica, Australia. 7.
to fetishize and idealize everything about Korea, everything about Japan.
Korea,
Japan.
What you say fuck me for, bro? What do we do?
Everyone swears that they're him or the main character until they go to South Korea. You think you're smart? Go to South Korea.
What's in
you
there?
Think you're talented? Go to South Korea.
The South Koreans just have freaking genius IQ, freaking most handsome devil-looking people like Rock Lee at Elite Village. Is everybody just Sung Jin Woo with their auras off the charts?
Motherfucker, I swear on my mama's grave, you're gonna be humbled real fucking fast.
Damn.
Because I grew up in Korea, a lot of the stereotypes of it being a very clean place, a lot of people are proper, polite, they look good, is correct. But there is an underlying problem with everything in every country where, I don't think people know this, maybe they should, the suicide rates are extremely high in Korea.
Female suicides per 100,000 people in South Korea. God damn, this line looks crazy, bro. This is like the freaking line of Mount Fuji.
Almost the entire population.
Oh, damn. Okay, per 100,000, this is other countries. Belgium, Japan, Hungary, Korea. Yo, what the heck is going on in Korea for making people, you know, in their movies so goddamn fast, okay? Is it Samsung taking over, bro? Is it the universities being so tough? Is it the parents putting belt to ass for not getting A+ on every single exam? What is really going on?
There's so much pressure in the work-life culture that they're not having children. They're being incentivized, paid money to have children, and nonetheless, their population is...
South Korea has so few babies, it is offering new parents $10,500. Bro, anybody who is homeless, a crackhead in the United States, go to South Korea and impregnate some South Korean woman, consensually, of course, and you get a small loan of $10,500. You invest that into Trump coin, into some parlays, you bound to make that money back, and double, triple maybe if that. Sounds like a good life to me.
And it is to the point where it is so bad, it is so drastic that, well,
have a baby, get $72,000. Dude, that is like somebody's yearly salary to have a baby. Wait, so if I have freaking 70 babies, how many is that? If I'm making $1 million using the South Korean baby popping method, how many babies would I have to have? Okay, and that gets me to about what? 13.88 babies. The next NBA YoungBoy, the next Future, the next, I don't know, whoever has a big family, the next Genghis Khan. Actually, no, do not ever utter me in the same sentence as Genghis Khan.
They can't go back. They cannot reverse their population deficit.
Right.
You heard that right.
Right.
At its current rate, Korea is expected to go from a population of
Holy
52
that's a lot of people though.
to 34 million.
That's damn near cut in half, bro.
Of over 30% in less than 50 years.
Okay.
Over that period, Korea will lose 50% of its workforce and have a median age of 60.
So who's gonna do the jobs, bro? Imagine you wanna go to the damn, I don't know, South Korean Skytree and the worker there is a 75-year-old operator, bro. Actually, as a matter of fact, that sounds realistic. You go to Japan, I feel like everybody there is pretty old too.
Imagine that. A country where the average person is retired.
Yeah.
With the lowest fertility rate in the world, nearly 73% below the replacement rate of 2.1. Korea is on a dangerous path to self-destruct.
Yo, y'all need to start popping more babies, start getting more freaky. Maybe we gotta bring rhino pills, Viagra, performance enhancers to South Korea so the dudes start, you know, popping bottles and popping babies out or something, dude. Or you gotta start taking some wrist tips. Brief intermission, if you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure you sub to the channel. We are on the road to 20,000 subscribers at the time of this recording. It would mean a lot.
I don't blame you. Of course. You live in the United States, one of the least competitive first world countries in the entire world. So, of course, if you go to some like cutthroat place like South Korea, yeah, you don't really understand what it's like.
Okay.
What I don't understand is that a lot of people living in America...
So is bro hyping up Korea too much, or is he like hating? I'm confused. Explain, bro.
...fetishize other countries. Oh yeah, you should go to the Philippines. Everything there is so cheap. Vietnam, oh Dubai. It's the most luxurious city. It's a utopia.
Right,
oh my God. Japan, Korea, everything's so clean and awesome.
Relax, bro.
Everyone looks so good. Now why don't you move there? Because they need the hope. There are so many people living sad, desperate,
Really?
lose their lives. They want the idea of a perfect escape. And you can see this in multiple videos of people, white people, who moved to Japan because they thought that's exactly what—
Moving to Japan is a mistake. No, you're a mistake, okay? You being born on this earth— No, I'm just kidding. See, some people actually genuinely crash out about a country that they're not even born in to that extent, okay? So take that as an example not to do that, guys. But by the way, everybody who's born in a country, they will know the good, the bad, and the ugly of that country, but anybody who's not from there will think that it's freaking amazing peaches and cream. For example, somebody in, I don't know, Mumbai, India will think like America is like the perfect place that has no issues, maybe. I don't know. And to that I say, you know, no, we have racism, people who don't take showers, and we have unemployment. The same way an American might be like, yo, Japan, the freaking age of consent is so freaking low in Japan. Nobody speaks their mind about, you know, taboo subjects, okay? Everybody's just emotionally scarred or something. Nobody talks about like their mental health. What is that? That's—
they wanted. And they slowly get burned and put into reality that maybe Japan isn't so awesome. Maybe Dubai is the shittiest place ever. Maybe I can't say that. I might die if I ever go there. But
yeah, don't say that.
The pollution there is horrible. They don't have any sewer system, so they just shovel the shit and dump it in some random place.
You know what I heard about Dubai? I heard that the Dubai leaders or whatever, they like, you know, getting freaky with some of the OF models. You know what I'm talking about? Like they get like, you know, I don't know, it gets a little crazy. Like fecal matter is involved. I don't know though.
Dubai.
Shout out to Dubai though.
Conga line of poo from 2009. The viral video, along with some lazy reporting, perpetuated a myth that the Burj Khalifa has no sewage system due to budget issues during the financial crisis. The truth is actually stranger and ends in some controversy. Because it wasn't the Burj Khalifa that didn't have sewer infrastructure. It was most of the buildings throughout the city.
Wait, Burj Khalifa, was it named after Mia Khalifa? Is there any like correlation between the two? Somebody let me know in the comments.
Daily line of 4,000 septic trucks had collected human waste to deliver to the Al Arwiyah sewage treatment plant. At the time, it was Dubai's only and severely overloaded treatment plant, with a capacity of 260,000 cubic meters of wastewater per day, with over 500,000 cubic meters of wastewater.
They be taking them dumps, okay? Do not get it messed up. The Burj Khalifa does in fact have sewage, right? Right, guys?
The trucks would sometimes wait in line for 24 hours to unload before starting all over again.
Damn.
And the odors around the conga line and the treatment plant were unbearable.
That's how bad it is? Yo, what are they eating in Dubai, bro? Oh, I know what it is. The Dubai chocolate, bro. Have y'all ever had that with the pistachio? I actually had it for the first time like a couple hours ago. No kidding. Y'all believe me, right?
They now live in America, and wherever you're currently living in, every other single place will be seen as a better—
No, I ain't gonna lie, this just gives me reminiscent nostalgia of just walking the streets of Japan, bro. Freaking just the aura, bro. The Studio Ghibli aesthetic. Oh, just so—
land of opportunity.
I'm dead ass. I'm not kidding.
Dubai,
I'm not kidding.
The most luxurious place. Oh, I gotta be a passport pro. I gotta jump around the Philippines. Go to Vietnam.
Yikes.
But really think about it. Every single country obviously has their own flaws, and the reason why everything seems like a better opportunity is because people struggle in their current and daily lives.
Yes.
A big reason why white people and weeb culture is so popular is because they see Japan and anime as a medium to escape their current and daily lives.
Also, like, it's probably common sense. You guys know that anime is like not real life, right? Like you can't just go up to a girl and be like, I don't know, freaking reincarnate her as a slime. I haven't even seen that show. Freaking use your Sharingan to make invisibility powers in your eyes and see somebody undress or whatever. If that's what you're trying to do, bro, like it's not real. It's not real life, man. At the end of the day, you're not going to see the country's flaws unless you're really in the country. Some of y'all think that like just being on vacation, you're going to know all the ins and outs of the country and you think you just freaking know everything, okay? Like, by the way, I be saying that, I'm just kidding, okay? I will never know what it's like to be a citizen of Japan. I just know what it's like to be a tourist in Japan. There's a very big difference. All the people in Japan, please vouch, okay? I'm sure, you know, somebody watches this video Japanese, right? Right?
You guys might not know this because I'm a big psychology nut, but a big reason why isekai is such a popular genre where it's a generic main character being transported to another world where he pretty much gets a second chance, he gets a harem full of girls, he's suddenly more powerful, is because people see isekai Japan as a station of escape. And
no freaking way, bro. Y'all think y'all are in an isekai when y'all touch down in Japan? You think you just got like a reincarnated into Japan?
And getting hit with a reality shock that the life they're trying to escape from isn't actually going to be solved in a different place. It is just in a different culture.
Okay.
It's because they are running away from something.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Family Mart is tough, but that 7-Eleven, that Lawson, that, hey, if you know, you know. I ain't gonna lie. I'm flexing on all y'all who have never been to Japan. Y'all gotta go to Japan, bro. I swear. I'll be y'all tour guide, bro. Trust.
Whether this is issues they have with their
I'm
own
gonna be fluent by
country or
January.
the situation they find themselves in and are looking for some form of escape. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with this, but it's worth remembering that while moving to a different environment.
Where is bro at? Yo, this look beautiful though. Oh my god, I gotta visit this. The pictures will go
like
crazy.
A fresh start. That feeling doesn't last forever. Eventually, the problems that you tried to leave behind may start to catch up with you. I've been through some of my most difficult times.
Wait, I think I've been here. The aura though, bro. The aura is off the charts, bro. Shameless plug in the heart of Tokyo, Japan. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Living in Japan, whether that's loneliness, anxiety, or uncertainty about the future,
right?
Our problems tend to have a habit of following us no matter where we go, and some things can't be left behind.
Yeah.
People project their internal insecurities and fantasy onto foreign cultures. For example, Japanese people are so disciplined. Korean men look so much better than the Americans.
You gotta be Korean, I ain't gonna lie, because when did we ever say that? I mean, maybe that is a stereotype that all Koreans, South Koreans are just attractive or something. I never heard of that, bro. I respect it though. I respect it, man. You gotta be South Korean though. Hey, you don't look bad though. You look pretty good, bro. Also, Japanese people are disciplined. Oh wait, you said Japanese people invented hentai? You said that Japanese people are alcoholics? Never mind.
Your own life. You're romanticizing looks because maybe you don't feel enough looking for yourself. I messed up the sentence, but
what?
People are trying to project and self-reflect on this external obsession, and understand this. This isn't just about foreign.
What was that picture, bro?
External obsession.
Bro, isn't this like a freaking Hunter x Hunter character cosplay? You're not gonna find this on the streets of South Korea. I've never even been in South Korea, and I'll tell you that. Anime Pro, like, they're not gonna mess with you, bro. They don't want that green card. They don't want that green card. That's the only thing you can do to try to get any woman out there. Be like, oh, green card, here, take green card. They not gonna mess with you, bro.
And understand this. This isn't just about foreign cultures, Asia, but literally anything. There are a lot of people, specifically, I was live, and a 17-year-old said, oh, I'm a crypto guy. Rambo, you don't know shit. You're fucking dumb. Crypto is the move. Crypto is the money. Why is he choosing to insult me? Why is he banking on the idea that crypto is the future? I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm not saying that it's not. What I am saying is that he puts a lot of his personality into this one thing. Just like other weebs putting such a strong personality trait into just Japan culture. Why is that? It's because they themselves are trying to project what crypto means. Crypto means money. So you can tell that they're insecure about money. That Asian Korean guy saying about, oh, Korea's so awesome and cool. It's because he's insecure that.
So you think that secretly he thinks that all Koreans are ugly or something, and that's why he's saying Koreans are good looking? I don't know, man. I'm actually the ugliest person you'll ever see. I am the CEO of Being Chopped. You know, have you ever seen anything ugly? It's not uglier than me. I'm the most, you know, just, I look horrible, bro. I look terrible. This is just reverse psychology right now? I don't know.
That he isn't good looking enough. He's insecure. That he isn't as intelligent enough.
You think you're smart? Go to South Korea. You think you're talented? Go to South Korea. You think you're hot? Go to South Korea.
Okay.
Motherfucker, I swear on my mama's grave, you're gonna be humbled real fucking fast.
Damn.
And this is the biggest problem.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Is South Korea like the epitome of everything in life? I don't know. Are they like #1 in freaking IQ and attractiveness and all the above? I feel like in general, Asian people don't really be getting the right amount of credit that they deserve sometimes. Especially for like dudes. I feel like Asian dudes in the media have been portrayed really, really bad over time.
You know this. Everyone knows this, but it's extremely difficult to apply in real life situations because there's so many things that we are deeply insecure about that we latch onto other ideas to make ourselves feel better about. And I'm not saying America is amazing and awesome. I'm a big patriot. I love America. But at the same time, there is definitely problems of America. But there's this idea that the grass is greener on the other side. And very funny, but I watched Togi and he said something along the lines of, what if you can't see that the grass is painted on? You can't see that the grass is actually fake.
Damn, why is he turning into a philosopher on us though? Low key, that's definitely true. Like, you don't really know what's on the other side until you're there and experiencing it. And by then, when you're there, you'll realize, bro, not everything is freaking peaches and cream. You're not just gonna be in a face full of freaking anime titties all 24/7, dude. No, nobody's gonna want to talk to you. Nobody's gonna be your friend. They're all gonna be like, this is a weird, stinky, dirty freaking foreigner American, bro. Probably not, but some of them might.
Grass is green on the other side because it's fake, right? You have to take everything you see with a grain of salt.
Right.
What if once you actually get close enough and you live the culture of Japan, Asia, Korea, Philippines, Dubai, where you get to breathe in all the polluted air, smell the shits with zero sewage, that you find out it was not as good as it was purported. And the only reason why you were thought that this was so amazing is because you wanted to project a better life, and you were not content.
It's not how it works, bro. You can't just like manifest a good country, bro. This is just a beautiful place. Just please just be good and be amazing. You can't just like freaking speak it into existence. It already exists. The society's already there. You're better off asking the freaking locals about it and how it is like that. Yeah, you're not gonna know unless you're actually over there. By the time you're over there, it might be too late. And that's how you know you're finished, man. And that's how you know you should have stayed your ass at home.
With the life you have now. But the real question is,
what?
If it isn't greener on the other side,
what is it?
Then the only option is you have to make it greener on your side. Thank you. Thank you for my TED Talk.
I like that. He was cooking up absolutely nothing on that statement. That was terrible. That was trash. Don't ever say that. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was true. That was true. You do gotta make your own situation, a lot better. That is the obsession with Asia as a whole and how it's getting worse. People are really, really like fetishizing Asians. I don't know. I feel like he didn't even really talk about like the looks wise and the way people are like, oh, all Asian, this and that. And if you get an Asian girl, she's just gonna be obedient and this and all the freaking weird stuff like that. This is mainly about the country itself, I guess. Just not believing the hype of certain places until you've been there, I guess. And I wholeheartedly agree, bro. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Let me know if you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Join the Discord link in the description. As always, link me any videos you want me to check out. With that being said, have a great rest of your day. It's Love Hilal. I love you, and I'm out.